I get many calls saying, I'm struggling in my marriage. We argue constantly. I don't know if I love her. Don't know if I love him. Does God want me to be in a situation where I'm not happy? Can I tell you, God does not want you in a situation that you're not happy. But at the same time, God gives us instructions on how to enjoy and have a happy and a lasting relationship with our mates. First off, the Word tells us in Malachi, it informs us that our marriage is actually a covenant. It is a covenant between the man and the woman, but it is also a covenant that that man and woman has made with the Lord God Almighty. And so when we break that covenant, when we choose to end that marriage, we not only break covenant with each other, but we're also breaking covenant with God. Malachi goes on and teaches us that divorce actually covers our life. The King James says it covers our garment with violence. Truth is, this is a selfish act. And this selfish act will take us from outside of God's intended blessings for our life. You can read over there in the 5th chapter of the book of Matthew, and it details very serious and lasting consequences for those that choose to leave their spouse because they become infatuated with someone else. But Ecclesiastes in chapter 9 and verse 9 tells us that we should live joyfully with the spouse that God has given us. That's His desire for us. He even tells us, men, in Proverbs 18 and verse 22, that when you find a wife, that God says you found a good thing, but watch this, He says you also obtain His favor. Powerful. But when you leave your wife, you lose God's favor. Now, Ephesians 5 and 25 tells us, it says, men, you should love your wife just as Christ loved the church. Can I tell you, every time that you failed and you've knelt at that altar, you've knelt at that bed, and you've asked God to forgive you, immediately He forgives you. Man, that's how you're to love your wife. And it says, wives, you're to submit, you're to respect your husband. You see, you should have never married the man if you didn't think enough of him to follow the man. You see, the two of you, y'all were once passionately in love, and the God that I serve is love. So truly the solution to rebuilding your marriage is this. You need to first rebuild your relationship with Christ, and then the marriage will come back. God bless you.